Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream on YouTube and on Twitch TV, and I make fun little videos here on Don't Starve Together on YouTube all the time. I also stream and also play multiple other survival games, so you're more than welcome to join in anytime. Let's get down to business here and talk about why pierogies are probably one of the best items you'll ever make in DST. So here we go. How do we get to pierogies in the first place? Without going fully in depth on how I'm getting all this stuff, you can go ahead and watch my full tutorial video on Beginner's Guide of DST, where I bring you through a full year of DST, walking step by step, explaining how to get the bird cage, all the things that you see in front of me right now. For the sake of the video, I want to skip forward and not actually showcase that because I think it'll take a little bit too long. But like I said, if you want to watch it, you're more than welcome to. I'll try to provide the post in the comment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below. So here we go. All you got to do is look at why pierogies are so awesome, and for that, let's just showcase how you get it. Essentially, you take some meat once you get yourself a bird cage and you catch yourself a bird using a bird trap. You essentially give any meat to the bird will poop out an egg, and here starts our recipe. We take our egg, which is probably one of the more harder ingredients to get. When I say hard, I mean for beginners, of course. And as soon as you do that, you're unlocking some of the more key recipes and Don't Starve Together. The egg begins to go in there, followed by a meat, followed by one veggie, and then filler of any sort. Be careful with whatever filler you install in here because there are a lot that could actually, get you not what you want. So just be a little cautious with that. So let's start with the basics. One egg, one meat of any kind, doesn't matter what it is, one veggie, and of course, let's stick to berries or ice or any sort of low ingredient that we know is edible, okay? Could be any veggie. I mean, at this point, you can obviously put 2 veggies in here and you can have a fun day with that. You can also, if you don't have any veggies at all, you can put an egg and say I got a carrot, and eggs count as filler too. So yes, eggs do count as filler, but that's kind of a little bit of a waste, so I probably wouldn't do that. So let's go ahead and count as why this is so valuable, and here we go. So as we put the berry in here, the berry gives us 10 hunger, plus the 12 from there, that's 22. And then we got the monster meat, which is essentially a full, we're getting down to what? This is the add-on, right? So we're at 40, and then so around 50 hunger total from hunger-wise. Health-wise, we're not really that good because the monster meat would eventually hurt us a lot by taking down 20. So let's go ahead and cook it up and see what we come up with. Of course, I already have a pierogi ready to go, so let's talk about here why the pierogies are so awesome. The food value from pierogies is not the best, but it's also not the worst. It gives you 37.5, essentially 40 hunger and 5 sanity. But the huge bonus is if it heals you for 40. And this is why pierogies are so good. And here it starts. Inside of your inventory, a pierogi will last. Let's go ahead and stick to a fresh one. A pierogi will last essentially 8 days in your inventory. I believe it actually might even last longer than that. I think it lasts 9. It's just I didn't use it with some fresh ingredients. So here we go. It's going to last essentially, I think it lasts 18 days total inside the fridge, and I'm pretty sure that's correct. Feel free to, comment down below if I'm a little bit incorrect with that. But nonetheless, 37.5 hunger, which actually does a decent job at that. The sanity is pretty decent, but like I said, the healing is where it's at. And you can, of course, make a ton of these with whatever recipes you decide to, whatever ingredients you decide to use to make the recipe. It's one of these ingredients that actually comes a little bit easier to us, and that's actually eggs, that of course we can get an abundance of and keep getting more and more and more as we go and Don't Starve Together. So the more eggs you get, the easier it is to actually craft and make some more pierogies, but of course we have to be a little bit cautious with how much veggies we have. Veggies are not the easiest thing to get in DST, but of course it actually can be a little bit easy if you know what you're doing. Carrots are pretty abundant early game on Don't Starve Together, so you can pretty much make pierogies essentially right away. Bundle wrapping pierogies is also a good way of keeping them nice and fresh if you decide to make a bundle wrap down the road. But let's keep it simple, right? That's what it's all about. For any beginner person that decides to make a pierogi, yes, it is one of the best items in Don't Starve Together to start yourself for healing and hunger and all that stuff. Bacon and eggs is also a good option as well, but let's not talk about that because I want to focus on pierogies. I myself love pierogies. I think they're one of the best ingredients, I keep saying ingredients, the best recipes in DST, and of course, they heal you for 40. This is the other reason why pierogies are so overpowered. Let's not say overpowered, so strong, okay? Because when you eat a pierogi, compared to other items, your character, let's talk about, look, you got the ratatouille. For something so big, can be basically smashed into your mouth extremely fast. Whereas if you go ahead and you decide to eat a regular food, just like a regular little small one, you're essentially having the same animation. So that depending on the actual crockpot food that you're eating, the time at which you can stuff your face with it to heal faster is actually limited or longer depending on what you are eating. And pierogies actually let you stuff your face really fast. So if you are in a position where you're taking a ton of damage, healing from a pierogi or pierogies, healing from pierogi will actually be a lot easier because you can quickly spam them as you're taking damage. And for that, I love pierogi. So yes. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Do you agree pierogies are really, really good? They're good to eat. They're good for healing, all that other stuff. Here's the thing. Do not use pierogies for actually gaining any type of hunger. Keep that in mind. Do not do that. It's for essentially healing, okay? It's not for hunger. If you're using it for hunger, you might be using it for the wrong thing. Nonetheless, if you are starving in DST and that is the only thing in the fridge, feel free to use it. But it might wait out until you decide to fight something first and then use it to eat, okay? Because healing it for or using it for 37.5 hunger is not really essential when you have meatballs and other recipes that can give you basically a full set of hunger for a very limited amount of resources. So yeah, pierogies are good. They're great. Go ahead and make them. Enjoy. See you in the next one, and don't forget to make sure that you like and subscribe to the video. If you did, feel free to let me know in the future what other cool little ideas you have for basically making me post some ideas or videos about Don't Starve Together, because I'm always looking for more cool ideas about what you want to see me essentially do videos on. So feel free to put those down in the comments too. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching.